everyone, I hope you're all well. So today's video is a makeover I've done on my gorgeous friend Fats. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. I've put the link in the description box. We originally did film a intro, but it was very blurry, so I'm just doing it as a voiceover. Make sure you keep watching this video to see how I do her makeup, how I do the volume, and how I do her hijab. So to begin with, I am moisturizing her skin with a Silva skincare moisturizer. Now, just before I continue with the video, I just want to let you guys know that all details of every single product I have used will be in a link in the bio. It's on my website. If you want to go straight to my website, you can check it out there, or you can just click the link in the description box. So I'm doing her eyebrows now, and I'm using the Balm Side palette. I've used the darker shades to do her eyebrows and concentrating the darkest shade on the outer area. Next, I'm using the Coastal Scents 10 concealer palette to conceal around her eyebrows. I've tried to use concealers that are very close to her skin tone, and I've used a concealer lighter at the bottom and a warmer, darker concealer on the top. Alright, so next I'm just blending it in. Make sure to blend it in very, very well. You don't want any cakiness from that concealer. Next, I'm going to use another concealer from the same palette, and it's a bit of an orangey shade to cancel out the darkness on her eyelids. Now, if you're going to do this, I really recommend you don't put too much concealer. I've used a very small amount here. It can get greasy, so you really want to avoid putting too much. Next, I'm using a translucent powder by Illumasca to set that concealer, and I'm gonna go in straight with my eyeshadows. I'm using the Meet Matte palette by The Balm. This certain palette is not out yet, but once it is, I will let you guys know. I'm using a dark brown / purpley shade in her crease, concentrating on her outer crease, and then I'm just blending it in very well. Next, I'm using a matte black shade, and I'm just putting that in her outer crease. On her lid, I'm using this beautiful, beautiful rich brown glittery shadow from the Too Faced palette. Then I'm going to do her eyeliner, and I'm using the Illumasca gel liner to begin with. Then I'm going in with the liquid liner by Rimmel. I'm just going to wipe off any fallout, and then I'm going to go straight in with the foundation, and I'm using the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the shade Mahogany. Next, I'm using these beautiful lashes by demurelashes.com. You can get a discount if you put in the code Habiba Silva. I'm going over with a little bit of eyeliner and mascara. Next, I'm using a Makeup Forever concealer, which actually was a little bit too light on her, so I did kind of neutralize it later. And then I'm setting it with Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm putting a bit of more eyeshadow just underneath her eyes. Now I'm using a foundation powder by Illumasca. I'm using a sleek blush, and then I'm using a beautiful bronzer to highlight her face. I'm using this lip liner by Milani Cosmetics called Coco just to line her lips. Then I've used quite a lot of things for her lips just because I didn't know what I wanted. I used Shroom by Lime Crime first, then I used Salem, and then I put a little bit of the Balm Meet Matte matte lip cream. So what I typically do is I put my hair in a bun, then I use a small hijab. This one's not very small, but it's the one that I had with me at the time. I use a small hijab, and I kind of do a little bit of a mini turban. I just wrap the sides around my head like so. Then I pull up my bonnet. You always need a bonnet cap just to control the volume. You don't want it to be too much. So I pull the volume cap over my head. And using the bonnet cap, I kind of make the volume a bit smaller. I'm using this gorgeous hijab from Volley Chic. And I'm doing my very simple style here, so all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip it around her shoulder and bring it to the front. And that is the style. I hope you guys love the makeup and love the hijab. Let me know if you'd like me to do more makeovers on other people. I really enjoyed doing this. I really enjoyed doing it. She was so nice to work with. But yeah, make sure you check her YouTube channel out. Make sure you subscribe to mine and like if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video.